Teaquilts. Today is Saturday, September 11th, 2021, and we're here with live sew and chat. I do have part of my projects ready to go, and let's see. We'll talk a little bit, I guess, while I'm chatting and sewing about the sew along if people got questions about that. And I'm late getting in because I've had a very long day. So I'll talk about that a little bit later too. But let's go see who's in the chat. Let me get my volume turned down. First thing. Let's see. Cut everything off on my phone. Okay. All right. I noticed now that it didn't even put my photo up for the thumbnail. It's been a long day. And I know that I saw a message from Ellen Campbell where she was letting me know that my live was slated for 7 p.m. That's probably a mistake that I made, not YouTube this time, because I was so tired. So, but let me go ahead and just read who's here. Judy Plasters talking to Mario. I can only go back to 7:41. So I don't know what all was discussed while I wasn't even here. So I apologize for the time mix up. I was knocked out when that happened. Okay. So I noticed that Ellen had called me 2 or 3 times. She messaged me. And I don't know what else is going on in there because I haven't had time to look at my social medias. But let's see. You all are something else. That's awesome, though, that you all just were in the chat talking to each other. So that's pretty cool. So, Mario made a comment about, I just lost it because I wasn't going to read it at first. Can you folks believe that we already have 59 in the sew along group? That's at 7:45. And Beth Bueller says, wow, 59 in the sew along, Mario. That's amazing. I bet Miss T was surprised. Yes, I was, because I bought 16 patterns the first time thinking that it wasn't going to be a whole lot of participation. So when I went back to the designer for a second set of patterns, and then I also ordered patterns from a third-party website. So I took all of their patterns as well because I'm like, I need patterns. So I mailed 26 out last week, and I got 46 more coming this week. So I'll be probably needing to order more patterns, figuring out more patterns as time goes. So Katrina says make it 60. I just forgot to order mine. So we're at 7:50. We've got Dolores Feltz here saying hello, TNT Quilters. Cool Gal says hi, T and everyone from beautiful Maryland. And Katrina saying she's just going to be listening because she's sewing. So that's cool. Katrina is also asking when she's sewing the Christmas stockings together, does she need her walking foot on? I do know a lot of people, they do use their walking foot. A lot of people use it for piecing, but I hardly ever use the walking foot. That's just the difference in quilters. So I would try it both ways and see which way you like it. I think it's a personal preference thing. Denise Soul Patch 33 is here saying hello. Maxie Doodle says hi all again. Cynthia Field says, I love to bake. You guys are making me feel like I need to do more baking. On Tuesday, I made gluten-free bread and cake, and it was good. So that's awesome. Craft with Love 55 says, greetings to you and all. I am in the emergency room with chest pain, so I will be just listening tonight. So prayers for you that they figure that out quickly and address it, and that it has no impact on your life. Definitely don't want that. Mario is something else. He says, he's just as bad as Kevin. I can hear the carriage approaching soon. Our queen and Grace will grace us with her presence. You all are too funny. People were sending Craft with Love some actual love. So that's awesome. They're sending their prayers for her. Yeah, Mario says that he uses his walking foot to sew multiple layers like that are quilted. And he also advised Katrina to slow down, and especially in the curve. So that's good advice. Bonita Nance is here saying, hello, Miss T and everyone. Judy Plaster saying, good evening, everyone. Barbara Polk says, well, glad you're here. Thank you. Don Hennis gave me a grin. Hi, T and Quilters from Washington, D.C. That's Sharon Lewis. Deborah Quilts is here saying hello, T and all T Quilters. I'm glad she signed in because I sure forgot to put her name on this piece of paper. She paid me for her pattern today. Kevin the Quilter is here, says evening to my good friend Miss T and all T Quilters. Tiffany's and Scott from Tiffany's Quilting Life. Hello, guys. They say hi, T and friends. Quiltygram says hi, T and all T Quilters. Vicky Lemire saying hello. Judy says hello, T and Quilters. Janet Mackerel says hello, T and Quilters. Gwen Spencer says hello, T and everybody. Melissa LePage. Go, there's Kevin, right on time. Claudette Bettis says hello, T and everyone. C-Rack says good evening, Quilters. Elaine Doucette says hi, T and all. Under the cover and tornado warning. Oh my gosh. So be safe. Hopefully it passes soon. Brenda Foley says hi from Kentucky. Hi, Brenda. Cynthia Field says, don't worry, don't stress. We talk to each other. That was awesome. I come in here and I said they must have been talking for almost an hour. That is too funny. Judy says we just talked to each other, found out different things about each other, and just had a good time learning new things about each other. So that's awesome. That is actually how I got to actually meet Eric. It's from my channel in the chats talking, and then we'd send each other a few emails back and forth, and then we actually met in person. So that was really awesome. C-Rex says, hey, T, I bought my pattern today. You did. I have not been on social media. I have seen some PayPal stuff. I just went in, like, that's why I was the 2 minutes late getting in, because I at least wanted to go see what PayPal payments had came in for patterns. So I just wrote those names down that I hadn't addressed before. So thank you so much for that. Melissa LePage says, power naps are wonderful things. Mine usually last 6 to 9 hours. That's funny. I have not been to sleep. Not my intentions. I got 2 phone calls in the middle of the morning. And I had just fallen asleep on the first one. And then I had to leave my house for that call. And then I came back home. And I had released the video so people could see the video before tonight about the sew along. And then my sister assumed that I was up, and then she calls me. So it's been a long, long day. Okay, let's get into my day since I'm here. So I was up all night, haven't had any sleep. So my sister called me when I was trying to go to sleep, couldn't go to sleep. So I'd say I probably got sleep from about 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. today. from the whole 48 hours before, okay? In 48 hours, I got an hour and a half of sleep. So then I have my sewing group. That's why I'm in this shirt today. My sewing group met today. So I went to that meeting because I didn't want to miss it at all, already knowing that I had to leave early. We get to the sewing meeting, and then we were there. I was only going to stay for 3 hours and 15 minutes. And then one of the girls, about 45 minutes before I was going to leave, says, there's a quilt show in this neighborhood. So then we all get in our car. I packed all my stuff because I knew I wasn't going to be able to come back. And we go, not a quilt show, a quilter's estate sale. Apparently the quilter had passed, and I didn't know her. So we decided we'd go there because she said that there was a Gammo long arm machine there. So I went because one of the ladies in the group wanted to buy and look into the machine. So what do? We all get in the car. They all in one car, and I'm in my own car because I'm leaving from there. So we go, and I'm checking out this long arm machine for her because she knows she's got a Tin Lizzie, but she's never used a Gammo. So I went and did all of that, looking at it to make sure it was a good machine for her to get at a decent price and see what they were including for that price. So she ended up deciding to buy the machine. So that machine's gone. So I get in my car. Now I'm rushing back across town because we were here longer than I thought I was going to be here. I'm supposed to meet with my family at 3 o'clock because they were having a memorial for my brother that passed away 3 years ago. Yesterday, actually, was his 60th. It would have been his 60th birthday, but he's been passed 3 years. So I'm rushing back across town. I get to where I'm supposed to be, and do you know that there is nobody there but me? Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, okay. And on the way home, I thought that I was going to have time to originally pick up some quilts from, sometimes some of my senior quilters, I'll go to their homes and pick up their quilts to be quilted just as a courtesy for them. I just try to make their life easier. If you can have somebody to make your life easier on the back end, I think you should utilize it as much as possible. But I didn't get a chance to go pick up their quilts because I was rushing across town knowing that I was going to be past time. Then, of course, the gas light comes on, so I had to stop and get gas. Then I get there, nobody's there but me. So they eventually show up, I'd say they start straggling in about 3:45 when they should have been there at 3. And so it was outside event. And so I think this year I've been having issues with sensitivity to heat. I don't know where this is coming from. I guess this is probably one of the hottest summers that we've had in a while, I guess. I don't know. But I started feeling a little weird around 5:15, 5:30, so I came home, and that's when I finally got home, or I left there. I got home about 5:45, and then of course, I was drinking water while I was there, but I drank more water, and I decided, okay, I need a quick little power nap. So I was asleep for about an hour and a half, maybe, if that much. So I'm tired. In my head, I don't really care if we sew right now. But I showed up anyway. And then I woke up and saw that Ellen had been dinging the phone. I had my phone and my iPad in here charging. So I had no idea that you all were waiting on me from 7 p.m. I didn't realize I had made that mistake. That's how tired I was. So I'm sorry about that. And like I said, I'm here. We can chat. We can talk. I don't have to sew if I don't want to. So I'm just here. Oh, wash your hands, says T. You got us fiending for some tea time. Maria Mayer is here saying hi, Miss T and everyone. My brother says hi, sis and everyone. Hope everyone is staying safe. Maria says good company passes the time, and that is absolutely correct. I did have a great time with the people that showed up. I had not seen people in a long time. Some of my family members didn't show up because of their illnesses and issues and stuff. And so when I go to stuff like that, I try to be as safe as I can, wear masks and things like that. But it was great to see everybody. I hadn't seen a kid in so long. Remember, I used to take I used to I was responsible for getting my nephew to and from school. My great nephew, my niece, lives in my neighborhood, and she was having difficulty with her son, not wanting him to be home by himself. And so he's only 10. He was 9 last year, but he's 10 now. But when he was 9, I was taking him to school and all right. So now I really don't know how long I haven't had sound, guys, and I'm hoping that you all can hear me because there is no reason why this one piece has power and the other don't. You see this blue kind of blue light in here? Yeah, this one doesn't have a blue light and it's on. So I will just put them back on the charger. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm thinking I do have sound. Okay, great. Um, so sorry about that. That's the problem with technology. When I get through with you all here, I do this every time. I plug both of these up and so that they can charge. And apparently one of these has completely gone out. So I'm sorry that we're going to lose the mic for tonight. But I got them plugged back in again. And hopefully you all can hear me. So you may have to adjust your volume. Okay. And basically I don't know if you all were hearing, I was just saying how tall my great nephew had gotten since I last saw him a year and a half ago. He's gotten about another 9 inches or so, and I couldn't believe how tall and lanky he is. And he looks that great nephew is my brother's grandson. And so yeah, it was just interesting to see that he's kind of got the build of my brother. So had a great day today though. Deborah Sims is here saying hi TN everyone. Francis Jackson, hi TNT Quilters. And Craft with Love also thanked everybody. T Max says hi from Minnesota. Hi to you. Welcome to the channel. Tiffany says I am struggling to get comfy. The MS flare still has me in bed. I'm so sorry about that, Tiffany. She says been in bed all week. It's taking its toll on me, so I'm watching some TV and kind of monitoring the chat. So thank you, Tiffany. So sorry that you're going through that. That can be very difficult. Oh goodness, it's a lot going on, isn't it? Kevin says Miss T was up at 5 a.m. when I was going to the airport to work this morning. Yeah, and it's like I was in bed trying to fall asleep. It wasn't like I was literally up. I try to go to bed when I know I got things to do so that I'm not up, up all night. But it's just times that I can't fall asleep, and then I'm middle of the morning phone calls and having to go make a drive. I even pulled my husband out of bed this time because I'm like, I was so tired because I couldn't fall asleep that I was scared to even go anywhere by myself. So it's just a lot. People giving Tiffany Quilting Life rest. Take it easy. That's sweet. Really sweet. My fan is not working very high today. Janice Miller says, hello, T and all Teaquilts. Hot here in Southern California. Just glad to be online. Yes. Cut this fan up a little bit. Carla Ford says, good evening, T and everybody. Hi, Carla. Washer Sand says, I have the gift of sleep. Can fall asleep at any time and will sleep for 12 hours. That's good. I just seemed like I just lay there counting stuff, and then I finally started to fall asleep, and then my phone started ringing. And what's so funny is I knew it was going to be somebody in my family because I have my cell phone in here on the charger. I have my, when I go to bed at night or at nighttime, I take my cell phone notifications off. So my family knows that and know to call the house instead. So when the house phone started ringing all night, I was like, oh my God, what in the world? They just having a ball with my number. Debbie Huey says, hi T, also known as Night Owl, laughing out loud. Hi to you as well. Kathy Quilts and Crafts says, hi T. Hi Kathy. Jennifer Mizar says, if y'all would do with the chatting tonight while I do the sewing. That's great, Jennifer. She says, I'll have a flimsy before this live is over. Hi, so sorry about your sleep troubles, my friend. Yeah, I was literally trying to go to sleep, and it's like I just couldn't do it. So, Kathleen Champ talking to Tiffany. A lot of people talking to Tiffany. And Beth says, gotta love family. Yes. Helena Carter says, hi T and all quilters. Let's see. Brenda Foley says, bless you, T. Thank you, Brenda. Maxie Doodle says, we had a happy hour waiting for you. I don't know who she's talking to, if it was me or what. Miss T, we got you. Just rest. That's good. Scott said hi. Everyone is saying hi. I have the TV on. He can't see the chat. Ha ha. Yes, I kind of figured that. And people start talking about that mic, so it was about a less than a minute. So that was good that I wasn't without sound for a long time. So I'm going to skip all of those. And thank you for the people that let me know that it's out and for letting me know that it's working. So, goodness gracious. Okay, thank you, Maxie Doodle. Quilt Gal says, where did y'all get the stocking patterns? If you got an AccuQuilt Go, they've got a stocking go die that is a very decent size. I recommend that. But you can also just use any stocking pattern. You might can Google one and find one online for free if you're going to do a regular hand cut pattern. Thanks, Diane57 says she had to turn her volume up. Kayla Vila is here saying hello all. Virgie says hello T and everyone. Cynthia Field says you need to go to bed. Yes, I do, but I love my tea quilters too. So when I get through on here, I will go right back to bed. And Kathy is telling me to please turn up my volume. I think it's already up. I'm on my iPad. Yeah, my volume is already up. So this is the best that I can do. That's why I'm kind of leaning forward so I can get closer to the mic. But hopefully you all are hearing 95% of what I'm saying. I'm so sorry. Ellen Campbell Creation says, hey here to all. Sandra Agger sends me a first aid heart. And Diane was saying she couldn't get to sleep either. So Kathleen's Champ saying that she's gonna see if she can get her Hey June back in order on her design wall. Laughing aloud, so many ideas can run me ragged, y'all. So she's been having fun with her blocks. Let's see. What are you sewing on tonight? We'll see. The same two projects I was sewing on last week, my Hey June, and I don't even have the book here because I took the book. I took my pattern stuff down because I um, used it for show and tell today at my meeting. So I forgot the name of the other one. And Sue, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Sue, and I'll make sure that I have your pattern tomorrow. Slowing down. Joe says hello, T and everybody. Everyone. For some reason, when I see everyone, I just say everybody. The Tessa quilt by Erica Jackman. Thank you, Kevin. He's telling me what the other pattern is. It's in the book. That's the other one that I'm working on. T, I have a question. How many quilt shows have you entered since you've been quilting? And I assume you have won awards. So what kind of awards have you won and for what? I'd love to know. You know, I do a lot of challenge entries into quilt shows, either my guild or on the AQS level. I've entered AQS level challenge quilt as with the guild. They take your top 10 guild quilts. And so what we did in our guild before we didn't select the 10 just by saying yours is going. It was actually a vote of the entire guild, which ones would go. It was a unanimous vote. It wasn't like people just stood up and said, I'm voting for this. They actually hang them all with numbers and people can unanimously vote for what they think should go to the show. So I got in one time like that. I've also got into the AQS show when it was in Nashville. On my own, I did a bed-size quilt. So I've been entered into a national juried show, and I've also been entered into local juried shows about 3 times maybe here locally in St. Louis. We have one guild that all of their shows are juried quilts, and so what a juried show is, it means that you can't just submit your quilt to be entered into the show. It has to be accepted into the show. And that's based on the number of quilt submissions that they have, as well as the workmanship and quality of your quilt. So I've been into a lot of that. How many awards and ribbons have I won? I can't even remember. I have not won. I have won in one juried show locally. I did win, I think, like 3rd place or something like that in a show. And then I think I have 1 honorable mention. And then the rest of my ribbons are for my challenge quilts that are in my Quilt Guild shows, as well as quilt show entries. So just local shows. I don't tend to enter a lot of shows. I used to at one point, but I just have not even entered anything, and I'd say even more than 5 years. I don't remember entering anything since I've been retired into a juried show. I don't know if I'm just over it or what, but I know when I go to the shows, I love seeing quilts of all different levels, not just the masterpieces at a quilt show. I like seeing quilts that the average quilter can make. I like seeing some quilts that have the simplistic quilting, while I do appreciate the magnificent quilting that some of your fancier quilters do. I like to see a combination of both sides. And so sometimes when I'm commentarying a show, I like to tell you all, this is just straight line quilting. And when I'm saying that, I'm pointing out that it doesn't have to be rocket science quilting in order to make a quilt look beautiful. So, but that was a good question. Number of ribbons and stuff I won, I can't even begin to tell you. I'd say on a juried show, I've won 2 ribbons, and I can't remember if our group guild won a ribbon or not. I can't even remember. So it could have been another ribbon there. But, and then the local shows and my challenge quilts, I can't even tell you how many. Kelly A is here saying, good evening, everyone. Hope you are well. And Tiffany says, I figured it would be a great story time to know. Talking about the question. Hook Guy says, JT, put me on the list for the pattern. Maybe that will motivate me to sew. If you just go ahead and pay for your pattern through PayPal, I'll automatically be putting people down. I'm not writing anybody down unless they've come through my PayPal or they pay me in person or through CashApp. And that's so that I can keep straight who is paid and who, like some people are mailing their payments. So if you're mailing your payments, you still got to send me an email because I need it in writing so that I know that you're participating. So when I go back and start researching, I got it somewhere that you paid for your pattern or you need to pay for your pattern or something like that. So I'm not like physically writing anybody down. I wrote Deborah down because I didn't take this list with me today, and she paid me today for her pattern when we met in my meeting. So just either pay through my website or send me an email and tell me if you're gonna mail it or not. I'm not reading your comment, Diane. For the Teaquilts stocking die, I attach the cuff piece to the bottom section. Then I add another cuff section to the first section. That makes the stocking longer, in my opinion. It's better. And that's good. That's a good way of making it longer. Awesome idea. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Stephanie of Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter says, not sure if I missed the video, but happy birthday to all September born quilters. I celebrate all month. So sorry about that. If you sent me your birthday, I did write some down. Tuesday, I completely forgot to pick up the birthday list, so I would wait and do that next Tuesday so it always stays on the Tuesday live instead of me doing it on Saturday. But I completely forgot about that, so that's my bad on Tuesday. Just forgot to pick the list up. I went through the emails checking to see if anybody had told me to write their name down. So if you, I don't know if you sent yours in, Stephanie. If not, go ahead and send me your birthday because I'll be doing a drawing on next Tuesday. And I don't have anything here to write it on, so let me just write it on top of my paper. So I'm sorry about that. I apologize. Sue says, I believe I speak for many of us to say thank you and Kevin for putting this so along together. I don't think people realize how much time and work it takes. Yes, it does. And that's all I've done since Tuesday is worked on just this sew along. I have either been working with the pattern designer, I've been online trying to see if I can find patterns that I can get just slightly cheaper so that I can, when I pay the shipping for them to ship them to me, then I'm not like totally out of everything because it's not for me about making money. It's about me getting you all what you need and us having fun in this sewing chat. So I've been, like I said, I ordered patterns. I found one company had 16 patterns. I bought all 16 of their patterns. So hopefully they'll be here next week too. So I have been just busy between doing this list and then I also go into PayPal. I have to print out everybody's PayPal packing slip so that I know what order and give everybody a number so I can send these patterns out in the order that they've been received. So yeah, it's been a long process, and that's all I have done is desk work and organization of this for this sew along. I've created a form for people to use for checkoffs, the video, editing the video. So it's been a long week, and it's only since Tuesday all I've done is work with this sew along. So it does take a lot of my time. And Tiffany says, that's cool, T. You're so talented. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. And Diane says that she's waiting to enter a show until she makes something good enough to enter. And I think that's all controversial. And it was so funny because in the jury shows, sometimes you'll get back feedback about your quilt, and you'll have three different quilters commenting on your quilt, and one person will hate your binding, the other one will love it, and the other one will says maybe it was creative, they hadn't seen it done that way. So it just depends on what that person says. So I tend to take um, judges' comments with a grain of salt. Sometimes I think they might have missed something themselves because they're looking at thousands of quilts, especially when you're on a Paducah level. So they could have missed something that way. But I just think it's interesting, it's fun, so I don't take the good or the bad comments to heart. I just take it all with a grain of salt, and it's just a great experience, something to do. So, and I think like your International Quilt Festival, I think they take a bigger variety of everyday type of quilts too. Phyllis G says hi, T, and everyone. Mario says, I have gone to quite a few quilt shows in Plattsburgh, New York, and Burlington, Vermont, but they intimidate me. I know I'll never get to that level, but it's nice to look at them and drool. Yeah, I think everybody can submit a quilt. Rhonda says, Wanda Barlow says, where do I go to find out about the sew along? The video I just released this morning will give you all the details, and then if you want to order the pattern, you have to go to my website at teaquilts.com, www.teaquilts.com, and then you can put in /products if you want, take you straight to the products page, and it's right there. How many different fabrics do we need for a sew along? As many as you want to put in your quilt. You're making 48 blocks and your border, so yeah, you can add in as many as you like. Kevin talking about, girl, you were too busy last Tuesday to read birthdays. Laughing out loud. And Kathleen Champ says that's her tomorrow with a happy birthday. That's awesome. Thanks, Mario, for putting the link for the actual video for the birthday thing. If you're on a computer desktop, you can open up more than, I think you can do it on iPad too, I'm not sure. But I think you can open up more than one Google or Safari page, and then you can go see it later. Deborah Quilt says, I'm working run for the dress tomorrow, 45-minute drive, and we'll need to be there early, so I'm saying good night to all. Good night, Deborah. Have fun tomorrow. Sue talking about, I hope the designer puts you on her Christmas list. That's funny. I seriously doubt that, but that's funny. Betsy says 3 cheers for Miss T and Mr. Kevin. Yes. Thank you, Betsy. And Kevin goes, I vote you take the night off, Miss T. I may do the same. Been up since 3:30 a.m. Yes. I'm assuming that you're home now, because Kevin's been working long days. He been working, so. And Mario saying he's second. Kevin's telling me to take off. Susan T says I'm late. Hi, everyone. Hi, Susan. Deborah Sam says we appreciate everything you are doing. Well, thank you. Cool Gal says, I just found out that AQS won't be coming to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. There's some talk that it's going to be a lot of shows that are going to be canceled again. So I feel really bad for the organizers. And I think what happened is when the numbers are going back up, and so they've got to make a decision. And I think when they're doing these pre-ticket sales that a lot of stuff isn't selling. And I'm wondering if that's the reason why shows are now being canceled. So I thought, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but I thought all of 2021's AQS show was canceled, even though they had them on there, but I could be mistaken.
Tom says, I agree. A short nice would be good for you, T. A short night would be good for you. Tiffany says, I'm entering the 2 miniature Lone Stars I made and 2 other big quilts. Just not sure what to. I only now have 2 weeks to make sure all entries are ready. My body issue is in my way. Yeah. So, and it does. You got to do all the paperwork. Make sure you're following all the rules. You definitely want to make sure you got labels and identification on the back of your quilts. When we enter shows, we have to attach photos to the front of our quilt. So we have to take photos and then print those out and put them on top of the entry form. So that way they know what your quilt looks like when you're picking them up. So, yeah, it's a lot. But good luck on that. Tiffany's Quilting Life. That was from Mario. Igna Vach says, hi T and all. I'll read up on the sew along. Thanks so much for all your laughs and lessons. Well, you're welcome. Thank you for watching. Virgin says, T, you cost me some money. The superior thread grab bag, laughing out loud. Now that's funny. And like I said, when you can get 6 big spools and only pay $45 because they're normally like $15 a piece, and then you average that out with shipping, you can't beat that bag. So I can use a lot of the twist thread. I can even use it in embroidery. I can use it in quilting. So I think it was a good deal. I just don't too much care about the small spools. But it was only 4 of those. Kathleen Champ says, thank you, ladies. I never celebrated my birthday, not until I found y'all. Now I have to say I'd like to catch up. If the Lord deem it important, I reckon I should. Time to pray. Yes. A partay. She said partay, not pray. Good night, friends. Up at 5:30 tomorrow. Good night, Sue. See you tomorrow. Let's see. And now she's partying by herself because of lockup and mask. That is too funny. Darlene saying no sound again. I think I'm okay. It might have been when I hold my head down or something. Okay, did my phone break? Oh, you can always act silly with us, Kathleen. Francis Jackson says, good night, all. Good night, Francis. It's already 8:45 and I'm still reading comments. Goodness gracious. Mimo JS says, hello, Miss T and Quilters. T, I want one of those kits. I don't have any kits. Oh, I don't know what kit Ellen's talking about, but I don't have any kits to sell. I'm just doing the pattern. Marcia Florum says, hello, T Quilters. Hi to you and welcome also to the channel. Appreciate you stopping in. Hello, DC from Remo JS. Long day, but it's all good. Yes, Denise Soap Patch is reminding people to hit the thumbs up. And Tiffany is welcoming everyone joining T's Live. Don't forget to give T a thumbs up. So thank you so much. So, I put the video out at the last minute. I think I recorded that video on Friday because I was so busy working on the challenge. I didn't even get a chance to record the video until Friday. So by the time I got it edited and all of that, I put it up. I had 59 people. I had 54 before I started recording. And then looked up and had 59. So I went back and edited that part and put 59 people. Well, right now it looks like we've got 72 people, which is the number of patterns that I ordered in total. So I guess I will be ordering more patterns. So I'll be handling that next week as well. I'm thinking, I don't know if any of you all that are already in the sew along has seen the video, but I think I'm going to chop it at 100, or if we don't make it to 100, it'll be September 30th. But I have a feeling if I made 72 people participating in 5 days, I feel like we're going to beat the threshold before September 30th. So if you are interested in joining this, thinking about joining, I think now's the time for you to decide if you're going to do this or not. Because like I'm gonna order this last batch of patterns up to the 100, and we're gonna be done with it. Also, I announced in that video, if you are a YouTube channel that has an actual that talks to the quilting public, if you are interested in doing this so long, just shoot me an email, and I'll send you a PayPal invoice for your pattern. Also, um, what else? Email teaquilts@teaquilts.com. It was one other thing I wanted to tell you. Facebook group that we have set up is only for the people who have purchased their pattern through my website, CashApp. Something that I can get like your name so that I can write it down and know that you paid through me. Mailing a check. Those are most of my people that are local here to St. Louis, or mailing checks, or people that don't use PayPal or Cash App or Zelle. Um, yeah, so I do have a few of those doing that. I have not been to the post office for those people yet. I plan, maybe I'll go up tomorrow and just check my post office for regular mail, because I can always go in and check the mail. So I got 72 people already. So all of those patterns that I have ordered are all accounted for. So I had kind of jokingly told the designer that I'd probably be getting back to her needing more patterns, and she says okay. So that's a good thing. So at least she's not frustrated by this will be my third order from her, and then I've ordered from 2 other places and gotten patterns too. So we'll see how this all goes. So I did make a check sheet. If you're somebody that's not on Facebook, please let me know that you're not on Facebook or don't plan to join the Facebook group, so that I can send you the checkoff sheet. I got an assignment sheet and a checkoff sheet so that I can email that to you. But if you are in the Facebook group, I'm not mailing that to you. So as soon as you pay for your pattern, you can go and request to be in the Facebook group. And the Facebook group is Teaquilts 4-Star Generals Revisited Sew Along. So it's just the name of the pattern with Teaquilts in the front and Sew Along on the back. That's where we are. Next Saturday is on the agenda for Kevin and I to meet at noon so that we can do a live. So if you all are able to attend that live, that would be great. If not, that would be great. It will be left on YouTube for those to view. During the lives, we're not giving any cutting measurements or anything like that. The live is also going to be the month before. So we're recording in September because we can't meet until the 3rd Saturday of the month. And we don't want to wait until the 3rd Saturday of October for you to get a live video from us. So what we're doing is we're doing live in September for the October assignment. So that's kind of how we're going to do it. And we don't even know if we're going to have time to finish the October assignment or not. So we're just sewing. Basically, I'm fulfilling the request by some of the members that wanted to see Kevin and I do our quilt retreat. So we're doing that. So you'll be getting that once a month, where Kevin and I are sewing together on a live. We could be talking to you. We could be talking to each other. We could be reading comments. We may not be reading comments. It just depends on what we're doing and how we need to do it. We will not be giving measurements, though. That part's very clear. If you feel like you need help, then I would suggest that you join the Facebook group, because that's where the help is going to be. And in that Facebook group, it's just not Kevin and I that you can take information from. We've got a lot of intermediate and advanced quilters in the Teaquilts group. We got a lot of beginners, but we got a lot of people that know what they're doing. And so any of those people that you trust, you can use their advice as well if you're seeking advice. So all of that's going to be in the group. That's the nice thing about the group. And then at the group level, you can also share your photos. So we've got people already sharing photos of fabrics that they're thinking about using, and asking for advice on what backgrounds and sashings and things like that should they use. So groups are already pretty active, so I'm really happy about that as well. Last time I checked, I'm just gonna guess and say probably had about 45 members. I'm just guessing, because it's too much for me right now to remember all of that. But things are going very well. Um, Looking forward to the process. I have not cut one piece of fabric. I haven't even pulled my fabric. I told you all that I was gonna be doing the batiks that I had. I have like about 5 of these bags that have fat eights in it from Hancock's of Paducah, and some of them could be light prints, and some of them are dark. So I have to go through all of these bags and pull out the prints that I want to use. Um, so I haven't done anything, so I can't give anybody any advice. Somebody was asking me, can we use the AccuQuilt system? If I can use the AccuQuilt system, I will use it. If I can't, then I'm going to rotary cut. So I don't know how much of AccuQuilt system we can use or not based on the sizes. And if I don't have the size, I'm not going to figure out what size you need to have to do it, because I feel like then you could do that yourself. But if I'm die cutting any pieces, I will most definitely share that information with you, and I'm sure Kevin will share that information. But that's where information will be shared in the Facebook group, not on the live, and not in the comment section on YouTube. Just making sure that this is a designer's pattern, so I don't want to actually put her actual measurements out in a public forum where I know people may or may not have purchased a pattern. Um, let's see. I've been seeing some comments while I've been chatting, and now I'm back behind again, right? Sandra Agra is telling people to thumbs up. Thank you, Sandra. 72. Wow. Yep, that's every pattern I have. It's gone again. And when I order these patterns, can you imagine calling somebody and 30 patterns, just say 30 patterns times $20. Yeah, that's a lot of money I'm forking out at one time. So, yeah. So I don't want to I don't want to um order an astronomical amount of patterns and then I'm sitting here stuck with 20 patterns at the end. So that's why I'm ordering patterns in batches, because I don't want to be stuck with a lot of patterns that I personally cannot get rid of. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Melissa says you can definitely cut out early if you want and read comments tomorrow. Don't forget to give yourself a thumbs up. Check your Cash App too. Okay, I haven't been in Cash App, but I will. Thank you so much, Melissa. If she's telling me to check my Cash App, she's done something. So thank you so much, Melissa. And I'm okay. Like I said, I enjoy my tea time. I like coming in here with you all. I love doing the lives and chats. I do have stuff back here prepped to sew if I want to sew. I did prep my Tessa pieces. I got my pieces for my Hey June in fours to make a great block. I got my blocks all trimmed up, but I don't have them laid out into like what section my great blocks are going to go in. So I do have stuff I can sew if I want to sew, and you never know, I might wake up. But Brenda says you got me on the list. Yes, I do, Brenda. Brenda, you're number 60. So I do have you on the list. Tom says, T, do you need us to help make up for the extra large postage and the shipping costs to order the patterns up to 100 people is a lot for you to cover? No, I'll be okay, because I did find one site where I was able to get like the patterns at a slight discount. So it's kind of helping me with eat up the cost. So that's pretty good too. The designer did give a slight discount, but I totally forgot. It just went way over my head that PayPal was going to take out money, and then they took out. I think PayPal has gone up in what they're taking out too. And then I forgot, when I went to the post office, I had accounted for the small envelope, and then I had to buy the envelopes that they went in. So, and then I was printing my labels on my machine. So now I've started handwriting the labels to save cost. And then I had to use a bigger envelope because they told me that my envelope might get stuck in the machine. And if it gets stuck in the machine, then it was like, okay, I had that. And the first day they let them go through. The second day I had to take them back home and redo them to put them in a larger envelope. So when you all start getting your patterns, if it looks weird, I have taken your patterns out of the plastic pattern bag, but I had put it back inside. And what I did, I've opened up your pattern and put it into a big long envelope. And the reason why I did that is because I didn't want it sliding all over that larger envelope that I had to put your pattern in. And I didn't want them to try to make me send it as a package, because it really would have been bad then. So yeah, so I had to go to the big business envelope document, the big document envelope, in order to send it. So I wasn't expecting to spend that much in postage. I am okay because a lot of things that I do for you all. I just try to make sure that I'm not like in the hole when I get through with the entire thing. So I think I'll be okay. What else? Tiffany says she's not going to decide on fabric till the pattern comes. Yeah, she says I need a handheld visual. And Kathleen says she's that way too. Marcia says, can we join you on a Saturday night, Miss T? Can we join you on a Saturday night, Miss T? I don't know if you're talking about like you being here in my space, like right here, but I don't have space for that. And okay, Kevin's letting me know he's got to go. Kevin's been up just as long as I have almost. So good night, Kevin. Thank you so much. But yeah, so not in my physical space. You can't. Sometimes if I'm going somewhere, sometimes I might announce that I'm going to be somewhere, and then if people want to show up, then that's fine. But as far as my physical space doing a Saturday Night Live, no, I don't have that kind of room. I live in a very tiny house. Susan says, I have 3 potential colorways for the challenge in my brain. Have not made up my mind yet. Mine was be psychedelic. That's Mario's Lots of Brights. Kevin says, love seeing everyone's excitement over the so long. It's inspiring. Tiffany, I don't know what I see, Kathleen. I want to use scraps. Maddie says, hi T, and that's Maddie Barnum says, hi T and everyone. Ordered my pattern. Yes, you're on the list today too. I got you down. Let's see, Maddie Barnum. You're number 70. Got you. And just for information, Jennifer Mizard, I did see that Cash App come through. That's who 72 is. Let me write that down before I forget. I saw it come down a long time ago. I just didn't write it, but I seen her Cash App payment. Maury, I might make the borders with bright, shiny satin fabric. That'll be pretty. T, I didn't see the checklist page on the Facebook that you mentioned on the YouTube video. If you're not gonna see it in the Teaquilts LLC group, you will not. If you just bought your pattern, you've got to follow the link to go get requested to get into the sew along group. Once I approve your membership for the sew along group, then up at the top they have featured post. The first post is the pattern, and I give you the front of the pattern, a photo, and I give you a photo of the fabric requirements. For those that haven't gotten your pattern yet, you've got the fabric requirements, so you can start pulling your fabrics. If you slide that left, the next featured post, which is only 2 featured posts, it's going to be the checklist. So they're there for you up at the top. And I think you're in the group. I think I remember approving you to be in your group. That's Wash Your Hands. I think I remember approving you to be in the group. Deborah Holloway says, good evening, T and T Quilters. Hi, Deborah. And Remo says she's looking forward to starting. Says, I enjoy watching your lives. Very informative. Thank you. Except for tonight because I'm just chilling. But if anybody got questions, I'll definitely answer if I see them. And Diane's eating a late supper. I had to eat something right before I came in here because I did eat lunch with my group, but I hadn't eaten anything else because I brought a plate home. My mom had made some Alfredo, and then she had a couple of chicken ribs. So I haven't been eating all that kind of stuff. So I brought just a little bit home on a plate for me. And Remo says she turned 60 in October, and I turned 60 this year. That's from Brenda Foley. That's awesome. Teresa McCormick says I have to go. Thank you, T. Love you all. Good night, Teresa. Thank you so much. So we're just hanging out tonight. If I do some sewing, it'll be a blessing to both of us, right? Melissa says my pattern came today, along with some other joys. That was quick. Yes. Melissa ordered some stuff, so her stuff didn't come as regular United States Postal Service. She had 2 packages, as a matter of fact. She had a priority mailbox, and then she also had a package, which is totally different than sending regular mail, so that goes a little bit faster. So good for you. Hopefully you enjoy your stuff. Mimo says, thank you. I just wanted to be able to be in Facebook. Yes. Diane and Brenda, you don't look any older than you did last month. T, I will make my purchase tonight or tomorrow. Just send you heads up. People are saying good night to Kevin. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I am that way too. I need to have the pattern in my hand. Maddie says thank you. You're welcome. Just letting her know what number she was. So hopefully, I was expecting the 16 patterns to come this week. I went and checked their site, and for some reason they got economy mail that they're sending it to me under 10 to 12 business days. I can't remember. And I was like, what? I've never seen that in my life. Oh God. That was from I ordered them from Hancock's of Paducah. And I was surprised. It's like normally my stuff comes in the next 2 to 3 days, because it's like maybe I could have drove and picked up those patterns, maybe, economy. Goodness gracious. So I was really disappointed that they didn't come this week. So and Remo says you have a home that is filled with love. You got that right. It is filled with all kinds of love. All this stuff. And I think that's why I was going through like my fabrics and stuff, trying to make sure that the stuff that I do have that I'm going to use, and if I know I'm not going to use it, then getting rid of it, So that has helped me a lot to be sane. But as I'm going through it, it's like, what is wrong with you? You start going through, analyzing who you are and stuff. So, but yeah. She says, you're live on a Saturday night. Yes. Dee Dee Hansen says, Dee Dee here from Michigan. Hi, Dee Dee. Dolores says, yes, I'm waiting to select my fabrics once I get the pattern. Also, how do we watch the lessons? Do we go back to Facebook? I'll probably put a link in the Facebook for my YouTube. Where Kevin and I sew, but Kevin and I those will be Facebook videos. When we in the Facebook group, we'll probably just be answering people's questions. If we got any tips that we might want to share, we may take pictures and add something up for you that we found helpful, or how we make fine geese, something like that, if it helps people out. That's the kind of stuff that we're going to be doing in the group. But like, I don't know if we're going to do like official lessons, because we haven't decided that yet. But if you're having any issues with your pattern, we're your support system in that group. That whole entire group is your support system. Can help you pick fabrics, or tell you what fabrics are outliers that you might need to pull, or, help you with some sewing if you need it. So, and you can always, on this quilt, since it's a sampler quilt, And it can be scrappy. You can always add fabrics as you go along. You don't even have to have all your fabrics to start. Just start. Good night, Brenda. I don't know. Somebody's saying good night, Ellen. So I guess Ellen is leaving. Good night, Ellen. I guess I missed that one. Um, Vivian Calvi is saying that she needs help getting into the Facebook group. You got two choices. On my products page, I give you a link to the actual group for you to sign up. That link will take you through and ask you to request to join. It has one question asking you if you purchased your pattern from me. You just answer yes to that. I check my list to make sure, and then I let you in. Or you can be in Facebook. If you already open up your Facebook, you have a search box. And all you got to do is search for the group Teaquilts 4-Star Generals. You don't have to type the whole thing in. And when it comes up, you click on it and request to join the group. I'll know because I have my list here of who has paid or promised to pay for a pattern for me. Those that are mailing. I got about, let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4 people that mail pattern payment. Okay, so we'll be fine. I cannot personally invite you into a group because we are not Facebook friends. I have not used my regular side of Facebook other than to wish my friends and family happy birthday since COVID started, because they were stressing me out over there. So basically, when I come into Facebook, I'm going to Teaquilts and I'm going to now 4-Star Generals, okay? And those are the groups that I'm going through. I'm just checking notifications and stuff like that when I'm in Facebook. I'm not over on my personal Facebook side. I sometimes will go to the Facebook Marketplace, look up stuff there. So I've seen where some people have been sending me friend requests. I'm not accepting any new friends. I'm friend out on Facebook. So I can only invite my friends into a group. I can't invite people that are in other groups with me into another group. So that's why I can't invite people to the group. I am not accepting friends at this time. People are not being friendly. so in order to eliminate the stress that Facebook was giving me last year, I have decided that I am not using that side of Facebook very much. So I'm basically just wishing people happy birthday over there. And then you get more information from me out of the Teaquilts group and the 4-Star Generals groups, because that's where I'm really posting. So there's no need for you to send me a friend request on regular Facebook. Eric Otis here. Hi, Eric. He says, hello, hello. A lot of people saying hi to Eric. What kind of help do you need at Vivian? Dee Dee says, have you mailed out all the patterns? No, I have not, because all of the patterns have not been sent to me. I was expecting to get the 16, but I ended up getting 10 from somebody else, and so I've mailed out. I had the 16 in my hand, was expecting another 16, but I found somebody that had 10, so I took their 10. Those were the numbers 17 through 26 that I was able to get out this week. So I'm hoping that Hancock's of Paducah sent me. I ordered the 16 from them. I took everything they had in stock, and then I ordered 30 more from the designer. So I have to order 30 more from, well, I don't know, about 30 more from the designer to get up to 100. I'm at 72. I got 72 patterns. Also, if you are from another country, just email me if you're interested in getting the pattern as well, because some things like this, it can be really costly to mail your pattern. So email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com if you're from a country other than the United States, if you want to participate in this sew along. And Vivian saying that she don't see the sew along on Facebook. Hold on. I'm seeing a notification from Darlene Crosby. Thank you so much, Darlene. You're a gem. I see people are sending stuff. I'm getting notifications that people are buying their patterns. Sharla and Rhonda. But y'all are going to be 72 plus. No, 73 plus. But I have to get more patterns. I will be getting more patterns. I can get them from her. It's just that I was telling you all, that's why I was ordering from other places online too, because her shop's only open Thursday through Saturday. So she's only open 3 days a week. But we're going to work on that. I'm going to be getting some more patterns. Eric, I love you. He says economy mail, that's the same as you driving it over. Probably reached there fast. Again, exactly. It takes me a 2.5-hour ride to get to Hancock's up Paducah. 5 hours, I could have gotten those patterns and come back. That's ridiculous. Hi, Angela Stringer. She said, what's up, TNT folk? Let me go back over here. I was over here trying to go into the group so I can give Vivian a link. I'm just trying to get to the group, look at any comment just so I can get at the top here. And then I want to get a share, copy. And then come on back over here into YouTube. I have to walk my way through this. So I'm just pasting the link. This is for people that have paid for their patterns. And you're requesting to get into the Facebook group. I have approved some people today, but if I was out and I didn't see your PayPal come through, I have not approved everybody that has requested today to get into the group. Maybe I'll sit up in bed and do that before I go to bed tonight, just because I know people are anxious about getting in and getting their checklist. So if you're requesting, but when I get off here at 10, then I'll make sure that I go and do that. Vivian, I just sent you the link in chat. I see she's still communicating. She says, I went to the product page and wrote down a link and I'm going to try it on Facebook. Just click this link that I just gave you, Vivian. I know you're already paid. Your name's on the list because you were the first person to tell me to save a pattern for you. So I know you're already paid. Yep, you're number 13. Your pattern was put in the mail on the first day I mailed them out, which was Tuesday. So you're okay. Elaine F says it's Pony Express. You got that right. Hi, Jim Bennett. Let me go back up because I've skipped a lot of stuff. He says, I don't want to be friends with all my family on Facebook, let alone people I don't know. Sorry. You got that right. It's like, Facebook, not just Facebook, but social media in general can give people the green light to say all kinds of things that they wouldn't say in your face. And so that's the problem that I was having over on the Facebook side. And I don't have time to argue with somebody across a computer screen. I just keep it moving. I don't have time for that. Thanks, Tiffany, for giving my website as well where people can buy. And then she's also say for those that do not know about the sew along, she's giving you that one. And Dee Dee says, will you send us an email as to the time to start? No, because I'm going to be posting everything in the Facebook group. I'm not going to make another job for myself to make a whole mailing list for this because it's going to be 100 people. And everything that I'm going to be telling you as a person who signed up, you need to be in the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, you're just going to miss any of those details. I'm sorry. I can't be everywhere and I can't be everything for everybody. So if you're not on Facebook, and there's some people that refuse to join Facebook, and I do understand fully why. Trust me, I've been the victim of it. So I fully understand why you don't want to be on Facebook, but there's also positive things about Facebook, and you can block anybody that's stressing you out on Facebook. So it's a catch-22 type of thing going on here. So if you don't get it in the group, you won't get it at all. It's going to be enough for me to be telling you everything in the group, to let alone now make a list. I've been working on this so along all week since Tuesday, since I told you all about it. And then I worked on it starting Sunday, that before I had even told you all about it. So just getting things organized. So no, I personally will not be sending out an email. What I will be doing, for those that let me know that they're not going to join the Facebook group, and I know you're not in the group, I will send you the checklist. That's the only email you're going to get from me, is I will send you the assignment sheet and check off list. That's what I will be sending. Hold on. Virgie says, I'm sitting here tearing up junk mail. No delay on that. Yeah. And I sometimes will just burn mine. That's kind of why I like to have a charcoal grill. I can just toss all the papers in there. I learned that from my brother. He's like, girl, quit shredding all that paper. Just burn it. So I haven't used my shredder in years. Angela says, what pattern are you talking about? It's called the four-star general revisited. I just uploaded a video today, Angela. You can go look at it, talking about the sew along. And thanks, Eric. He was responding to Angela, I see, talking about the sew along with T and Kevin. Good night, Katrina. Seems like Katrina's leaving. I'm really late. We've been making salsa. I'll have to rewatch. I haven't sewed a stitch, Mary. This has been turned into a, I think I just labeled this. I must have known in my head at 6 o'clock that I wasn't going to sew, because I think all I labeled this was Teaquilts Live. I didn't even say sewing chat. It's amazing how the brain works and you're not even fully understanding what's going on. So I never promised in the title to sew tonight. Isn't that weird? I have never just named my Saturday night Teaquilts Live. Virgie says, sounds confusing. No Facebook for me. I'm the same, T. I have way too many things on Facebook, so no more new friends. Haha. Yeah, it's just, I don't even look at the requests. I see friend requests come through. Some of them are my line dancers. That's the original reason why I got on Facebook, was for to connect with line dancers, because I was traveling all over the USA doing line dancing events. And so it was a quick way for me to travel. But no. I have not been over on there accepting friends. Lizette Zaya says, hello, T and friends, watching on the TV tonight. Hi, Lizette. Tiffany is also welcoming everybody that's joining. Jim says, oh, I read his already. Yeah. Eric says, I have clones trying to friend me on Facebook. Yeah, and that's weird. That's the other thing that happens, is people will try to steal your identity. And that's one of the reasons why I don't just let people into the groups unless I know that it's you. Because people will take websites and they'll take all of your pictures and remake your website. And then they start requesting stuff and making scam stuff where they're selling this and selling that. And they've got all of your pictures from your profile up there saying that it's you. So that's another reason why I do double check and see what's going on. So Vivian, they're still trying to help Vivian. Let me see. Hold on. Diane says, I only add men that I know and fellow quilters. Yeah. And it's like, I got so many friends, when their birthday come up, I don't even tell everybody happy birthday, because it's like, I don't even know these people. Marty deleted all of her dad's family from Facebook. Now that's funny. Yeah, you get rid of the drama. We'll be working with you live on Facebook, or will there be a video for us to watch? It will be the same live video as Kevin and I are sewing. When we're on, I'm not making a separate video for just the Facebook group. No. You got your patterns, and if you got any questions or need some help, that's where we're using the Facebook group, and then we're also using it to share photos of our work as we go. And I also would be adding those photos into my completed projects for the month as we go, whenever that is, because like I haven't even put out August video and it's September 11th because I haven't edited the video. So Angela says, okay, sent group entry. Thanks, T. Hopefully you sent the payment as well, Angela, because only people that are paid is getting into that Facebook group, just so you know. And I'll be checking all of that later. I'm not worried about that right now. Smart to have a separate Facebook account for the sew along. Yes, and that way, the reason why I do that and don't put this all into Teaquilts LLC, because those people that are not doing the sew along are not interested in having all of us, 100 people, talking about the sew along, and it's of no importance to them. So I try to do different sew along group than I do for my regular Teaquilts group. So that's why it's set up separate like that. And then when this group ends, I could either let it just stay there for people that are stragglers still working on the project, or I can delete the entire group once we're done. So I have choices on that. I can't delete and take out all the comments from my Teaquilts group. So it just keeps everything nice, neat, and compact and tidy all in one group. How was the line day? The last couple of weeks, because of we've been under a heat advisory. I have not gone for the 2 previous weeks, and then this week they had another event at the place, so we were canceled. So I have not line dance or taught line dance for 3 weeks. So I've been thinking, okay, I'll go live on Wednesday, but then something else come up. I worked all day Wednesday, from the time I was awake to the time I went to bed on the sew along, so I didn't have time to come sew. So I think it's gonna, I'm hoping that it will pick up when it gets a little cooler outside. I may be going back to Wednesday lives if it keeps up the way it is now, though. Angela says that she deleted all drama from her Facebook page. Yep. Sarah Haggerty says, hey everyone, been gone for a while, was taking a wardrobe design class. Now that sounds fun. So welcome back, Sarah. When are you getting 770 back? I have absolutely no idea. Let's see. I think I took the machine in last Friday. I have to look at my dates. All of that's out in my car, because what I do is when I take my machine to the shop, I leave my machine bag in my car, and it has my pickup receipt inside the bag. So that way I don't lose the paper. And then I always have my bag in the car. So if they notify me and I'm out on the road doing something, then I can go pick up my machine and don't have to worry about swinging back by the house to get my machine bag, because I always like to carry my machine protected. I never just put my sewing machine in a car and say, okay, we're just going for a ride. So I always have it in my car. So I think it was only a week ago. It seems like forever that I've not had it, but I think it was only a week ago. They said 2 to 3 weeks, and then on top of that, I needed parts, and they only order parts once a week. So it'll be interesting to see how long they actually keep it. Well, she's praying for Tiff's results on her MRI. That's Mary. Deborah says, I still enjoy my line dancing classes. That's pretty cool. I'm glad you're doing it. It's a great fun way to exercise, and sometimes you don't think you're exercising until you sit down and go, woo, that was hard. Because I teach, sometimes I'll teach quilters at retreat. My quilt guild will ask me to do something just to get people up and moving when you've been sitting the entire weekend. I'll do it like Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, I guess. is it before dinner? So I'd say it's probably around 5 or so that I would do a line dance thing, and I do two things. I'll do a warm up with them, and then I'll do one dance, teach them one dance, and then we do the entire dance with the music. And they good and ready to sit down by the end. It's only been about 15 minutes, so it's interesting. It's a good form of exercise, and it's disguised exercise, so that's pretty cool. And Deborah says, T, you are so right. Tiffany says, I think it's everywhere, Mary. What is Mary saying? Oh, for the results, the short staff. Okay. I live in Quilt World. Don't miss drama. Yes, because when the pandemic first started, I was so stressed I didn't know what to do. I kept watching all this stuff on television. Well, once I cut that television off, I had my head down and I've been sewing. So I've been staying off of a lot of social media stuff. So yeah, so that's kind of it. Interior views. Somebody just sent payment for PayPal. You're gonna have to email me what your Facebook name is if you're trying to get into the Facebook group. That's the other thing. If your PayPal name is different than your Facebook name, just shoot me an email and let me know who it is that I'm approving for your request to be entered into that Facebook group. And I see Elaine also is here. Let me see if it's anybody else has come in. Yeah, Elaine. And I said the others. Okay. Just so we're all on the same page. I'm going to clear all these notifications even though I haven't read them. Just to get my list because my list is too long. Oh boy, neighbors are starting up again. Seems like every other weekend is someone's birthday over there. Now that's funny. Haven't watched regular TV in over a year. Yeah, that's from Jim. I agree. I've been you know what? My daughter got a Netflix account, and so she's giving me a code because I told her I didn't have anything to watch. And so I have been loving me some stuff on Netflix. Now, what's my recent one that I'm looking at? Oh, I just watched Clickbait. That was this week's Netflix program, and it was only one season. That was really good. I had a feeling at the beginning who I thought it was, and I was one person away from being wrong. All the way to the end, I'm thinking, oh, I'm right. And then the last episode, I was wrong. It is too funny. But if you're looking for a good series to watch and it's only one season, look at Clickbait on Netflix. Diane, no, Denise, thank you so much. She's reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Tiffany says, time to dance and make a video, Eric. That's what she's talking about, to the neighbors' music. Party all the time. And Sandra says that Clickbait is great. She liked it too. We just watched POM on Netflix. OM was such a good movie. Y'all need to see it. I don't know what that is. I don't even know what POM stands for, but I'm gonna check it out because I'm looking for a new one. That was the one that I finished yesterday. Wash your hands says love line dancing, and yes, it's a workout. The music fools you. It's not exercising. Yes, and it's kind of like if you were having an aerobics class because you have aerobics with music, but the moves are not like aerobic moves where you feel like you can't do it. But then some line dance steps can be very aerobic. And I think you do like a grapevine on aerobics, and there are grapevines in line dancing. So you're just basically doing steps, or even if you look at it as country dancing, line dancing, it's very similar because you're just doing coordinated movements that's been choreographed by somebody, and you're moving. As long as you're constantly moving, you're exercising. So it's pretty cool. Now they got on the busted out the karaoke machine. Eric says, my ears are in pain. Yeah, I know most of us can't sing when it's time for karaoke. My neighbor knocks on my door to let me know that they're having a party, but we never hear anything. We live in a cement building. Now, that's good. They don't do that here. You can hear everything. And Diane says, thank you, Mary and Susan. You're very kind. I don't know what's going on with Diane, but prayers to you, Diane. Susan says, I miss having parties. I used to be fun. You got that right. And that was so funny. What's so different for me is everybody thinks that I'm an extrovert. When the pandemic happened, it didn't bother me at all. I'm really an introvert. I was like, oh, this is awesome. People got to stay 6 feet away from me. I was so glad. Now people, I turn around and they're on my neck, and I'm like, can you back up, please? Oh boy. Eric says, whatever happened to the days when you had to put tin foil on the TV antenna just to get a signal? You got that right. And point it towards a window or something. That was too funny. Wash your hands. Clickbait was good. Check out Dr. Forster. Okay. What was the other one I watched? I watched Virgin River. Only Betsy knew about Virgin River. And she told me, said that there was a whole series of books. So it was a lot of, it was quite a few series of that. I'm not sure if it was 2 or 3, but I watched all those series because I think between October and December they're going to come out with a new one. So I was getting caught up on that. And Mario's telling Eric, you're not that old. Cable is ridiculous, right? Yeah, I don't really watch a whole lot of cable. I mostly watch TLC, which is just sad because I watch the people that do the 90-Day Fiance. I just can't believe that so many people think that their match is from a whole nother country halfway across the world and that it go to that extreme for love. So it's like, I think I would be content with just being single than to go through all the drama these people go through and all the paperwork that they have to go through to bring somebody to the USA. So it's, and then some of them have 90 days the other way, where there are countries where the United States are not going to let people in unless you're already married, and so they go live over there for years. So it's a lot. And Eric says he loves Virgin River. Yeah, I love that. I can't wait for the next episodes. And they left every end of season, they left you with a major cliffhanger. So this is going to be interesting to see. And I think it comes out in between October and December of this year too. So I don't know if Deborah Russ. Oh, she says good night. I have a headache. Good night. And that's the other thing that I had from being out in the sun was a headache. So take care of your headache. I'm gonna take I went to bed and it did help, and I drank water and it did help. So I'll be doing more of that. I may end up taking a Tylenol, but we'll see. I may not. I feel a lot better than I did before. That's for sure. On one part of the movie POM, the ladies put a sign on the door saying quilting group in process. In progress. That's pretty cool. I was gonna say don't give out anything, Tiffany, but that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to look that up. POM and Dr. Forrester. I have to see which one has the least number of seasons and watch that one first, because I watched Orange is the New Black when my daughter first gave me sign in stuff. And that had about 14 seasons or something crazy like that. And I sat there and watched every last one of them. And then I went from Orange is the New Black to some Australian, or I can't remember if it's Australia or the UK. But there was another jail, and I watched that whole series. And I can't even remember Wilmington or Wellington, something like that. I have to look it up. But it was the name of a women's prison. So I don't know why I'm looking at this stuff, but they have very good writers on Netflix. I don't know where they're getting these writers for Netflix, but they are really good. They have some excellent writers. Hold on, let me go back. My screen moved. Um, but they are actually cheering. It's just a super cute movie. That's pretty cool. I only watch the news. I never was a TV person. I was a TV person because they had such good shows when I was a kid. I grew up as a television person, but I grew up in a house full of siblings, so I had to watch what the majority of my siblings watched. Oh, it's like pom. Okay, I didn't know that. Like cheerleader pom poms. I thought when she had it abbreviated in the capital letters that it was like POM, like we do for acronyms. So okay, that's pretty cool. Thank you. Bosch is good. That's from Vivian. I don't know nothing about that one either. And I used to watch a lot of stuff on my Amazon Prime, but I haven't been over there watching stuff. So I need to go see what they got going on over there. TV shows, y'all may not like my taste. I'm watching The Walking Dead. Now see, I cannot do that. I did not watch not one of those. Cook and Orange, they were worth every minute. Yeah, they had so much drama going on in that Orange is the New Black. It was ridiculous. My friend favorite thing to watch is House Hunters and House Hunter International. I yelled at the TV people are so unrealistic, laughing out loud. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of home stuff, and then I got mad at them because it's like they show us stuff we can do or think we tell you can do this, and then you start pulling apart your house, and it's like I cannot put a deck on. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of home improvement shows. Diddy said, "What number am I on the list?" No, your pattern has not gone out. You were kind of close to you were not at the first part of the list, Dee Dee. Um, mm, yeah, yours just came in. You're 58. It's on the back, handwritten. So you're not even typed up yet. So yours must have come in yesterday. So you're 58. Um, but whenever I get like I should get 30 patterns on Monday, and then it'll be when I get those 16, and then I'll be ordering the other patterns that I'm gonna need because we're already over 72. I haven't even counted yet. We're probably about 4 or 5 over 72 at this point. Jennifer Mizard's number 72. So the first 30, so from 27 to 56 will go out. I should get them Monday. If they come on time, then they'll go out hopefully Tuesday. I'll start them and Wednesday at the latest. So that's what's going on with number 26, 27 through 56. My neighbor used to party Saturday and Sunday all day, all night until I started playing my music extra loud all day. He works nights, sleeps in the daytime, and he got to see what it feels like. Yep. Nora is here. Hi, Nora. She said hi there, T and friends. Walking Dead is awesome from Jim Bennett. I just could never get into that for some reason. My husband likes it. Gisela Asker says, good morning from Sweden. Hi. You asked me a question about the sew along, and I responded to your request asking you to email me about that. So if you're from another country wanting to join the sew along, please email me. I'll discuss it with you through there. Bridgerton was good. I did Bridgerton. I did the whole season, got caught up, and they left me with a cliffhanger. So I'm waiting on that too. And I don't know if it's coming out this year or next year, but most of my shows that I've been watching, they have the new season starting. They drop them anytime between October and December. They're the fourth quarter shows. There it goes, American Horror Story. No, thank you. I don't want to be scared because most of the time I'm up in the middle of the night doing stuff, so I'm watching Netflix at that time. So nope. He's talking to Tiffany. She loves it. See, uh, Sweden in the house. That's from Sandra. She says welcome. Nothing scary. That's from Remo. You got that right. Maddie also saying good morning to Gersela. Gisela. Gisela. I don't know how she says her name. Gisela. Asker says hi, all ladies and gents. Elaine says I just ordered one just now. Looking forward to the start. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I just got two more people. Angela Stringer. And I don't know. I don't see the name on this one right now, but I did see one come through. So thank you, Angela. Deborah T, what number am I on the list? I keep thinking y'all on the front part because the front part of my list is alphabetized. You're number 53. Deborah Holloway, 53. My hubby likes all that scary stuff. Diane, I run upstairs, yes. And my husband even watched the movies where they're looking for ghosts. I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's just too much. As I said, if you're interested in knowing about the pattern, you need to email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com. Cool Guy says, I like Lily Thomason and Jane Fonda in Frankie and Grace. Is that on Netflix? Frankie and Grace? Yeah, I think I have remember seeing that, but I was like, I don't know what that is, so I kind of just skipped it. So I got some to put up. I'll put this list by, I'll make a new piece of paper and I'll put it by my television so I have some ideas when I run out of stuff to watch. Only good vibes on my TV. That's from Diane. I don't invite bad vibes into my home. I cannot watch that stuff and go to sleep. Now, I used to as a kid, but the older I got, the more I was like dreaming about this stuff. I was like, no. Okay. To Gisela. Tiffany says, my other favorite show is Grey's Anatomy. Now, I watched some of that on regular TV, and I'm like, I think I watched up into, I don't forget some of their names now, until where the main character's husband dies. And I was upset about that. And so that was the season he died. I don't think I've seen any or seen like consistently since he died. So I don't know if I want to start all over now, but that's a lot of season Grey's Anatomy. Oh my gosh. I do have that on my to-do list at some point, but I'm trying to watch stuff that's smaller at this point. I love Supernatural. I miss it. Heartland is good too. That's a Quilt Gal. Did my pattern ship? Wash your hands is number 25. So yeah, your pattern did ship. I think you got them from a store that had given me some patterns. I miss Carol Burnett and the Golden Girls. Yeah, I used to watch the Golden Girls religiously, and I watched Carol Burnett's show too, and I also watched the Sha Na Na Gang. Just silliness. Rosalind Haywood says the news is scary enough. You got that right. Then Supernatural, and I also love Sons of the Anarchy as well. They talking scary stuff. We're gonna skip them. Vivian Calvi is saying good morning to Asker. Hello from Verona, Kentucky. That's Lorene Paget. Hello, welcome to you. We only got like 13 more minutes on, guys. Haven't sold a stitch tonight. I did cut my machine on though. It's It's almost 4:45 a.m. here. Oh my gosh. Should be sleeping. You got that right. My daughter got 10 of the most cast members. I got 10 of the cast members of Supernatural to wish her a happy birthday on Thursday. Lucky her. Now that's awesome. I like the Americans. Also, it really happens. Grace and Frankie is hysterical. I own the first 11 seasons of Murder, She Wrote. I used to actually like that. Like that. Outer Banks is another one. I love Outlander. Can't wait for the next book. That's pretty cool. There's so many things we talk about in here. It's good to binge watch the whole Grey's Anatomy. Every year a new season comes out and I start all over. It takes 3 months to watch all the episodes at 4 or so episodes a day. Yep. Someone needs to go to bed. Hugs to everyone. Catch you all next Tuesday. Good night, Mario. Thank you so much for being in the chat early, Mario, and helping people and communicating with people. I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. I should mention Zoom tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's from Eric. And I will be in there, but I probably won't stay long because I've got to get up and take the dog to the groomer tomorrow. And if I'm in there with you all, I forget, and then I go and oversleep and leave my phone in here. So I'm going to make sure I don't do that this time. But I got an appointment early in the morning. So I won't be in like all night with y'all, okay? So thank you, Eric, for that. Also, Eric, I think he released his video today. I haven't had a chance to watch it because I haven't watched anything at all today. And then he also said the links are in the Teaquilts Facebook group. Well, I like variety too, but I watch a lot of true crime shows. I would love to be a forensic scientist. That's pretty cool from Darlene. I like those too. I like I look at channel 29. They have some that come on. Lifetime has some that come on during the week. I don't like all the psycho movies that Lifetime do, but I do like their crime shows. Remo says good night. See everybody tomorrow in the Zoom. Going to cut and sew on Tiffany's quote, going home today. Great ideas for TV shows. Yep. I'm laughing at Remo when she says your dog, T. She's laughing at me. Well, I feel like it's my dog. I'm paying for all the stuff, so. Yes, my dog, I guess. I keep saying granddog. This is, I think, one of the few times I've slipped and said my dog. C-Rex says, good night, everyone. It's great conversation, and I have new shows to binge watch. Yes. Tiffany says, yeah, Jim, I'm doing it with The Walking Dead now and then on to the next show. We own all 15 seasons of Supernatural and 9 seasons of The Walking Dead. That's Kathy. Yeah, Mary, I own it all on DVD. That's how much I love it. That's pretty cool. I'm watching NASCAR, reading Connecting Threads flyer, and listening to Teaquilts. That's what I'm talking about, multitasking. And Mary is telling Tiff she was sorry when it ended. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't have anything else to talk about. This has been a great day. I do have something else to talk about. I'm all the way at the end of the video. I feel so bad. Maria Quarterman, she sent a picture of a t-shirt quilt that she made based on the videos that I uploaded on how to make a t-shirt quilt, and she just wanted me to share it with you all. She's not on Facebook, and so I told her that I would share it here. But I really love it. She had to crop the quote out because it has the customer's name on it, and she didn't want to put their name on social media, and yeah, it was somebody had it made as a gift for somebody, but I just thought she did a really good job, and she did. She said that she used that serpentine stitch, but she did it kind of meandering all over the place. So instead of like doing meandering, she did this serpentine stitch where she just turned and it stitched all kinds of different ways. So it was pretty interesting to see that. And you can't see that detail on here. I can barely see it. I can only see it in the yellow on the printout. But that was pretty creative how she used the serpentine stitch. So thank you, Maria, for sharing that with us as well. Sorry it's at the bottom of the video. September birthday shout outs I'll do on Tuesday as well, because I totally forgot to do it this Tuesday. Let's see. Sheila says, see you tomorrow. Good night. A lot of people saying getting their good night because they know I'll just cut it in real quick. Jennifer says, I have one more vertical seam to this quilt, so keep talking, laughing out loud. That's funny. Vivian Cappy says good night. Quilt Gal says it looks nice. Hold on, let me go down and make sure I haven't missed anything. See you tomorrow night from Sheila. That's nice. People talking about the quilt. Well done, Maria from Kelly. You know, Eric, the only video I did this week was filming my cat. That's funny. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Maria. Nice quote from June Hansen. Thank you all. So, yeah, Zoom will be tomorrow, Stephanie. Eric just announced it. So I think that's going to be it. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Sorry, Jennifer. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. She almost finished her process. She probably finishing up her seam now. So we're just going to go ahead and end here. Thank you all so much, and thanks for being understanding about me not sewing the stitch today. My stuff will probably be in the same position next week as it is today, because I have a feeling I'm just going to be mailing patterns out and trying to find patterns all week. So thank you all so much. You all stay blessed and be safe and quilt out, everybody.